You are feeling addicted. Do you want to know why this is beautiful? It means you are at the edge of a breakthrough. You are hungry for more from your life. Addiction forms in those who are intelligent and wise because it is a craving to really see and know yourself. A desire to be deeply satisfied, although not quite there yet. Addiction comes to those who seek more. Those who know there is more out there than they are currently experiencing. Your desire and addiction itself can be used for self-actualization if you choose to use it for such. Each craving you feel can be a catalyst, an actual portal into deeper connection to satisfaction. Let's be honest. As much as the addiction may seem like it is a craving for some sensory input, food, a high, some kind of numbing, an orgasm, there's a reason you are here. You are not fully satisfied, and you are craving more. Maybe it seems like your desire is what you truly want, but when it comes down to it, you're here because that hasn't fully satisfied you either. You have an inner intelligence telling you there is something more, and you are here because you are ready for a change. You were ready for the change when you started tapping into this cycle. This cycle comes to those who are having the call to step beyond their current way of being. You are not satisfied with a life half lived, half of your potential tapped into. This is the spirit of a warrior and someone who has the opportunity to reach greatness. You are just not thinking big enough. Your concept of yourself is restricted. In fact, you must be thinking of yourself as a sensory human being, which you are so much more than. You are an infinite spirit, having a human experience, a creator of your reality. And you have much more power within you than you give yourself credit for. When you feel a craving, perhaps you feel weak or enslaved to it. But this is right where the gateway to self-realization lies. You can use this desire, the intensity, to remember that you are more than a sensory human being. That you are hungry for something deeper. The craving or desire comes in because it seems like the most satisfying thing you are able to reach. But with the downsides of choosing to follow through on that craving, if you had an option that was more fulfilling and without negative repercussions, would you choose that? Each wave of craving that comes in presents itself as a desire for a sensory input. But what if this is your infinite self's way of pulling you towards the craving, over and over, until you are able to go beyond it, to reach a deeper sense of satisfaction, to go home to your infinite self and viewing yourself from this perspective, and realizing that you are much bigger than a hamster wheel of desire. You are outside of the wheel entirely. Only you think you are small enough to be stuck within the wheel. Only you limit your potential of options to this small range, when in fact, there's so much more for you out there. Your infinite self must choose to give its power to the temporary whims of craving and desire, and of thinking these are your only options. Your holy and boundless self must subscribe to the concept of a more limited self, a more limited life, one that is controlled by the mind and the senses. This is when you can realize your potential, the infinity accessible to you in this exact moment. You would not sell your concept of self small enough to think you are limited to the cravings coming in, to just numbing yourself, rather than finding the comfort, excitement, support, stability you're truly craving. This does take work to fully integrate the vastness of your potential, your capacity, your power. However, your addiction is offering you the chance to use its intensity to remember yourself. To remember yourself outside of this human body, outside of your concept of self, and outside of the range you think you can reach in your life. Use the intensity within your desire to expand your concept of self, of what can be possible for you, and step over the line of what is currently comfortable and into the realm of what is potentially more satisfying. Just starting to understand your true self and understanding your limitless nature, not just catching a glimpse of it, but really remembering it and living from it. This is a deeply satisfying connection that will continue to expand. There is a lasting satisfaction in continuing to remember and acknowledge the miraculousness of simply being alive. Feel your breath right now. The inhale and exhale of oxygen, revitalizing your cells, releasing carbon dioxide, your breath of life, pumping through you, giving you the ability to function as a living human being at this exact moment. Each inhale, each exhale, a promise of life pumping through you. Your heartbeat, circulating blood, supplying your muscles with oxygen, clearing your cells of waste material. There is a microcosm of life functioning within you right now. Many, in fact, you are not aware of. There is so much to feel, so much to be immersed in the present sensation of, so much to be in awe of when you just slow down. The raw nature of you is miraculous. Your addiction is guiding you home to remembering your truth, your power, your infinity. My love, thank you for your courage, which has brought you here as a seeker of truth. I acknowledge your journey and your wisdom that has brought you here, because it takes a strong spirit to be here. Be gentle with yourself as you are reaching monumentous heights. Remember to come back to the simple things. Feel where your body makes contact with the floor or chair. Notice the rise and fall of your breath. The feeling of your fingertips against your own skin as you bring your hands to rest over your heart. Being alive is a big gift. There's so much you can do with it. And there's so much it is doing through you. Remember, you are more expansive, with a bigger potential and a bigger worth than you can currently see. You may not see the fullest capacity at which you are accessible to, at which you are. Right now, you may not see the full spectrum of what you are. Each time you choose to leave a little bit more space by reminding yourself you are not limited to where you are right now, or to the light spectrum visible to our human eyes, to the sounds audible to the human ear. Each time you choose to leave a little bit more space and choose to open your eyes to the possibility of knowing yourself beyond the current constricted concept of yourself, maybe you'll come to see a bigger possibility for potential. Maybe it'll get a little easier to see that this one source of a high isn't the most satisfying high you can reach. Maybe you'll see that this addiction, which lives in the realm of the senses, actually is driving you to actualize a fuller concept of yourself and see what even more amazing and lasting highs you are capable of. Choose to leave just a little bit of space for the beyond, for your true self to introduce itself.